Hi, this is John with Souffront Construction and Engineering, and today we are going to be briefly talking about unsafe building violations related to your 40-year recertification, or better known as the building recertification inspection. So if you've received a plaque card like this from your code enforcement office, we can help you. So I'm going to basically show you some of the items that you're going to need to generate in order to get rid of this violation. So if it's related to a building recertification inspection missing, then the first thing you're going to need to do is hire an engineer, hire an architect to perform your building recertification inspection. Based on the results of this building recertification inspection, we will know exactly what the next step is. If this project yields with no repairs required, then you simply submit this to the city, you pay its fees, and you forget about this for the next 10 years. Now, if the results in the building recertification inspection yielded deficiencies, then the deficiencies are most likely going to be highlighted in your cover letter. And in that cover letter, we will know exactly what the next step is. So let's assume that in this case, this report yielded negative results structurally, electrically. Then the next step is to hire an engineer or an architect to generate repair details. In these repair details, the design professional will need to highlight where the deficiency is observed, how to repair the deficiency, what type of materials will be used, etc., etc., etc. So this is a very important process, and obviously this process needs to be followed with a permit procedure. So the permit procedure involves a permit application. Permit application needs to be signed and notarized by the owner and by the contractor that will be executing the repairs. So the next document that you're going to need that's going to go in your permit packet is a special inspector form. Special inspector form is nothing more than saying to the city, I'm electing this engineering firm to be my inspector during this repair procedure. So that's part of the permit packet. Another item that's very important in the permit packet is the notice of commencement. The notice of commencement gets filed with the clerks of courts, and a document that I don't have here on me right now, but it's basically the permission. If it's an HOA, we're going to need an HOA work authorization letter allowing that contractor, basically saying to the city, hey, this HOA has hired me to execute these repairs. So you add that to the permit package, and assuming everything goes well in the city, the plans get approved, the permit application, everything's fine. The next step is we get our permit card. Our permit card is basically our approval saying that we've gone through the permitting procedure, we've been approved. Now we are ready for our inspections. So because you elected a special inspector, you will only be required to get the final inspection, which is when the city comes out and they receive the engineer's completion letter or repair completion letter and inspection log. So this document is generated by the engineer as the work goes on throughout the process in the construction management phase, and they generate this repair completion letter saying that everything was repaired according to the plans that were approved by the city, and they keep a detailed log with photography and comments. And that gets submitted to the city. The final inspector, the building inspector, comes out. He then signs off on if everything is sound and everything is well, that gets signed off, and you have your permit closed out. Most likely, in many cases, once you perform these repairs, the violation is addressed in the repairs. This unsafe structures violation is now dismissed. There may be some fees or some administration fees that need to be paid, but in relation to the actual execution of the work or the paperwork, it's been completed. Again, this is related to building recertification inspections. There's a lot of unsafe violations that can be for other things. Car runs into a wall, that's a whole different subject. So related to building recertification inspections, if you receive the play card like this, most likely you're gonna have to undergo a process such as the one that I just explained down here if your inspection report yielded deficiencies. If you guys need help or have more questions, feel free to reach out to us. I'm John with Souffront Construction Engineering. Thank you